Hi, I'm Bailey with Bailey Music Marketing, and today we're talking about the 5 main ways to increase engagement on Instagram. So the very first way to do that is add a call to action. So some people will post a photo with a caption that they think is awesome, and then they'll realize that nobody's talking back to them and nobody's actually engaging with them. And this is very typical because we look at artists, we look at people who are famous, and they don't ask questions, they don't engage with their audience, yet they have thousands of comments. Now, this is the biggest thing to remember. You're not famous yet, you haven't made it yet, and people don't necessarily care and want to jump in your comment section unless you pull them in. So you want to make sure that with every photo that you post, you are adding a call to action. Give someone a reason to engage with you. A couple of questions that you can ask is like, whether you talked about your weekend and you told a story, just be like, hey, has anyone been there? Or if you talk about how much you love coffee, be like, comment your favorite coffee place. Actually, do not use the word comment. I will give you this little algorithm hack. It just came out. But make sure when you're using these call to actions, don't use tag or comment because the algorithm will bring you down. So make sure when you're doing this, kind of skip around those words in order to do that. Like, hey, tell me your favorite place, and use really personal words so that you don't get punished for that. So the second way we're going to increase our engagement is by engaging. Funny, right? We always learn when we're young to treat people the way you want to be treated. Yet we post photos and expect everyone to comment and like it and do all this stuff, even though all we're doing is posting photos and then leaving the platform. We're not actually returning that engagement. So we're not liking people's photos, we're not leaving genuine comments, and we're not engaging with the people who follow us. Obviously, it's not necessary to follow everyone that follows you. Then you get into this follow and follow trance, but make sure you're checking out the people that are following you. Make sure you're always going through, make sure you're commenting on their stuff and showing support with them. And if you vibe with their page and you love it, support them, follow them. Make sure you're following a lot of your audience so that you too can return that engagement by liking and commenting. One thing that is really helpful to do in this sense, because I know it could be so time consuming, is to just set an alarm every day, whether you have 10 minutes, whether you have 15 minutes, whether you have an hour to do it, and just either search through your target hashtags of your, music, other musicians, or just any hashtags, and start commenting and supporting those people, liking their pages. And by setting that alarm, you won't feel like you're getting lost in the platform and wasting a bunch of time, yet you will also make small interactions and engagements on the platform that way. Tip number 3 is to make sure that you're adding value on every single post. So when you're starting out, you want to make sure that each post serves some sort of value to your followers. So you want to make sure you're telling stories or giving tips, or really just crafting an experience for them. Just posting, oh, I went here, awesome, cool, right? You want to really craft that story. If you love coffee and you went to this amazing place, come onto your Instagram and share what an amazing place it was and ask people if they've been there, what their thoughts are, and really just start to captivate that conversation so that when all of a sudden you have new music out or something else is happening, people are already used to engaging and talking with you. And they know that your content is high value. So they'll always read through the caption because they know that they're going to get something out of it, or that they're going to be able to participate in a really fun conversation along the way. So tip number 4 is to answer your comments and your DMs. So I know this is becoming a lot more regular for people to answer their comments, and you're hearing a lot about it. So why is that? Well, the algorithm is reading your interaction and how you engage on the app. So if you answer your comments within the first 30 minutes when you post, the algorithm is going to boost your post up higher and show it to more people because it's engaging, and you're around to engage in it as well, which will keep other people on the platform, which is Instagram's main goal. So make sure you stay around, answer as many comments as you can. And the other thing is answer your DMs. So I think that a lot can happen in the DMs and we sort of miss it because there's a lot of spam that happens as well in the DMs. So I just suggest that you scroll through them, go to your requests, and see what kind of connections that you can make on there, because you can make some really amazing connections with people, and that once you've had a conversation with them, they're going to start engaging with your content. And if you're interested in theirs and you're following them, you can also engage with their content. So it's a great place to just build relationships and genuine people that actually are interested in you and have reached out to start a conversation with you. Tip number 5 is using hashtags. Now, when you use hashtags, I want you to think less about like sort of spamming your posts with hashtags and more about using really strong hashtags. So a strong hashtag is a hashtag that's anywhere between 10,000 to 200,000, because you'll actually be able to break into that exposure window. When people use hashtags that are like millions, it's really hard to be seen unless you're posting like maybe every minute, with the algorithm and how all that works with hashtags. So it'll be really hard to be seen. So you want to stay in those low hashtags and really make a difference and be consistent. Also, along with that, I want you to put 3 to 5 hashtags in your actual post. So you can separate it, and then put it at the bottom of your actual post. And then in your comments, you can then add your other, 10 to 15 hashtags. The best amount of hashtags they say is around 25 to 30 hashtags. But it's been shown that hashtags that are actually in the Instagram post will be read and organized by the algorithm a lot faster. So that's why put your strongest, most important hashtags in there. I always like to use a branded hashtag as well, just so that that's what your followers are seeing. The disadvantage with using like 30 hashtags in your actual feed is that it's been shown to actually look spammy. So people won't read the caption, they might move away from the photo because there's so many hashtags that they start to see it as spam in their mind. So you really don't want to do that. You want to stick with the 5 that are really strong and crafted, and then add your other ones to help with discovery as well. I'm going to leave some hashtags below in the description that are really, really good for music right now, for independent musicians, and they're getting a lot of views, and they haven't yet broken into that 1,500,000. They're still within that range of 10 to 200,000. So feel free to go and check those out. Make sure you like this video if you're going to try any of these. Hit me up on Instagram. Let me know how it went. I'd love to connect with you. Let me know you saw this video, and send me a DM. I like to go through my DMs. I like to answer them. So I'll talk to you soon. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos. I come on about every week. Hi, thanks for watching. So I've created something really cool for you guys, and it is a social media presence guide, and the link is in the description. It's going to help get your presence in check as a musician online. So I suggest you pick that up, check it out, and let me know what you think.